Nerd culture wouldn't be what it is today without the influence of some groundbreaking video games. These games didn't just entertain, they shaped fandoms, inspired entire genres, and became pillars of geekdom. These are the video games that influence nerd culture most, and this is nerdsection.com. Pac-Man, released in 1980, revolutionized video games and became one of the most iconic characters in gaming history.
Pac-Man! Stand back!
Its simple yet addictive gameplay introduced the concept of non-violent gaming at a time when most titles were focused on shooting or sports. Players guided Pac-Man through a maze, avoiding ghosts and eating dots, creating a unique blend of strategy and reflex-based gaming. This game became a cultural phenomenon, spawning merchandise, an animated series, and even a hit song. Beyond its success as a game, Pac-Man had a profound impact on the evolution of arcade culture. Its universal appeal drew in players of all ages and genders, expanding the gaming audience. Pac-Man's influence didn't stop at arcades. It entered the broader cultural lexicon, being referenced in everything from movies to fashion, and solidified video games as a mainstream form of entertainment. Its timeless design and enduring legacy continue to influence game development and pop culture to this day. Super Mario Bros., released in 1985, is arguably one of the most iconic video games of all time, laying the foundation for modern platformers and shaping the gaming industry. Created by Nintendo and designed by Shigeru Miyamoto, this game introduced players to Mario, a humble plumber tasked with rescuing Princess Peach from the evil Bowser. The game's side-scrolling format, intuitive controls, and imaginative world captured the hearts of millions, making it a cultural phenomenon that transcended gaming. Beyond its gameplay, Super Mario Bros. Was instrumental in solidifying Nintendo's status as a household name and reviving the video game industry after the 1983 crash. The game became synonymous with home entertainment, inspiring countless sequels, merchandise, and even an animated series. Mario's success established him as a global mascot for gaming, influencing the way characters are designed and marketed in the industry, making it a key pillar of nerd culture even today. The Legend of Zelda, released in 1986, revolutionized video gaming by introducing open-world exploration and non-linear gameplay. Set in the magical land of Hyrule, the game follows the young hero Link on his quest to rescue Princess Zelda from the evil Ganon.
It's the Legend of Zelda and it's really rad. Those creatures from Ganon are pretty bad. Octoroks, Tektites, Levers too. But with your help, our hero pulls through.
It was one of the first video games to offer players the freedom to explore a vast, interconnected world at their own pace, setting it apart from the more linear experiences common at the time. The use of puzzles, combat, and item collection became a signature of the series, deeply influencing the adventure genre. Beyond its gameplay innovations, The Legend of Zelda cemented its place in nerd culture through its rich lore and fantasy setting. The game's narrative, filled with mythical creatures, hidden secrets, and epic quests, captured the imagination of players, establishing a fandom that would only grow with each new installment. Its combination of exploration, storytelling, and innovation made The Legend of Zelda a cornerstone in the foundation of gaming culture, influencing countless games and inspiring generations of gamers. Pool of Radiance from 1988 is a role-playing video game based on Dungeons & Dragons. Though rooted in tabletop role-playing, Dungeons & Dragons has had an enormous influence on video games and nerd culture since its debut in the early 1980s.
Let us begin. New Flam, the year of the Gauntlet. 10 summers ago, mighty heroes battled evil throughout this city. Here in this cavern, they defeated an awesome foe.
As one of the first games to introduce complex storytelling, character development, and a deep fantasy world, it laid the foundation for RPG mechanics that are now integral to countless video games. The concept of leveling up, turn-based combat, and player choice in world exploration, all of which are core to D&D, inspired some of the greatest RPGs in gaming history, from Final Fantasy to The Elder Scrolls. But D&D's impact goes beyond mechanics. It became a cultural phenomenon, drawing players into a world of fantasy, creativity, and collaboration. This tabletop game was often played by the same crowd that would go on to be early adopters of video games, blending the two worlds. Today, Dungeons & Dragons remains a beloved franchise, while its influence is felt in video game titles across genres, making it a pivotal part of nerd culture's DNA. Final Fantasy, released in 1987, redefined what RPGs could offer and set the standard for narrative depth in gaming. It wasn't just about leveling up or defeating enemies. It introduced complex storytelling, unforgettable characters, and a rich fantasy world that players could immerse themselves in. The turn-based combat, combined with the strategic use of spells and abilities, gave players a new level of tactical control. This formula became the foundation for the entire JRPG genre, influencing countless games that followed. Beyond its mechanics, Final Fantasy's success lies in its ability to evoke emotion and explore themes like friendship, sacrifice, and destiny. It brought a cinematic quality to games that was groundbreaking for the time. Its influence on nerd culture can be seen in how it inspired fans to engage with its world through fan art, cosplay, and endless discussions about the series' lore. The franchise has grown into one of the most beloved and enduring in gaming history, continuously evolving while keeping its core identity intact. Doom, released in 1993, stands as a groundbreaking milestone in video game history, fundamentally shaping the first-person shooter genre. Developed by ID Software, Doom introduced players to a fast-paced 3D environment filled with action and adventure, defining what would become the core experience of modern shooters. Its innovative use of a first-person perspective and immersive level design set new standards for gameplay and narrative in video games. The game's influence extends beyond its technical achievements. Doom's modding community, fostered by the developers, created a vibrant culture of user-generated content and expansion. This practice not only extended the game's lifespan, but also empowered a generation of gamers to become creators themselves. By pushing the boundaries of what video games could achieve, Doom not only left an indelible mark on gaming, but also inspired countless titles and developers that followed. StarCraft, released in 1998, stands as a cornerstone in the realm of real-time strategy games, profoundly impacting nerd culture. Developed by Blizzard Entertainment, this game introduced players to an epic space opera featuring 3 distinct factions: the Human Terrans, the Insectoid Zerg, and the Advanced Protoss. Each faction came with its own unique gameplay mechanics and strategies.
Our forces are
Fostering a dynamic and competitive environment, the game's balance and depth quickly became a benchmark for the genre, and its influence is still felt in modern strategy titles. StarCraft's impact extended beyond its gameplay. It sparked a global esports phenomenon. Its competitive scene, particularly in South Korea, helped establish gaming as a serious sport, with professional leagues and tournaments gaining massive viewership. The game's lore, rich with interstellar politics and intricate storytelling, also set a new standard for narrative depth in strategy games. StarCraft not only left an indelible mark on video game design, but also helped elevate gaming to a cultural powerhouse, influencing countless gamers and developers alike. The Sims, released in 2000 by Maxis and designed by Will Wright, revolutionized the gaming world with its groundbreaking approach to life simulation. Unlike traditional games focused on goals or achievements, The Sims invited players to control every aspect of their virtual characters' lives, from their daily routines to their career choices. This innovative sandbox environment allowed for endless creativity, as players could design homes, build relationships, and shape the lives of their Sims in countless ways. The Sims' influence extended far beyond gaming, impacting pop culture and the way we think about simulation and virtual experiences. It introduced a new genre of game that emphasized creativity and personal expression, making it a cultural touchstone and a beloved classic. The game's success led to numerous expansions and spin-offs, cementing its place in the pantheon of influential video games and inspiring a generation of gamers and creators alike. World of Warcraft, released in 2004, is a landmark in the MMORPG genre and a cornerstone of nerd culture. It introduced millions to the expansive world of Azeroth, a place where players could forge their own paths in an ever-evolving fantasy realm. With its rich lore, complex quests, and immersive gameplay, World of Warcraft set a new standard for online multiplayer experiences. The game's impact on nerd culture extends beyond its gameplay. It created a vibrant community where friendships and alliances were formed, and it became a cultural phenomenon with references appearing in everything from mainstream media to other games. World of Warcraft not only popularized the MMORPG genre, but also left a lasting legacy on gaming, influencing countless titles and setting a benchmark for online worlds. Minecraft from 2011 has become a defining force in nerd culture, revolutionizing the gaming world with its open-ended creativity. Unlike traditional games with structured goals and linear progressions, Minecraft offers players a limitless sandbox to build and explore. Its blocky, pixelated graphics may seem simplistic, but this very aesthetic has sparked a global phenomenon. The game's appeal lies in its endless possibilities. From constructing elaborate structures to crafting entire worlds, Minecraft allows players to express their creativity in ways previously unimagined. The game's impact extends beyond just gameplay. Minecraft has inspired educational initiatives, with its creative mode being used as a teaching tool in classrooms worldwide. Its community-driven content, including mods and custom maps, has fostered a vibrant and ever-evolving gaming ecosystem. Moreover, the game has become a cultural touchstone, influencing everything from YouTube content and live streams to merchandise and spin-offs. Minecraft's blend of simplicity and depth has cemented its place as a cornerstone of modern nerd culture, embodying the spirit of creativity and exploration that defines the genre. And there you have it, the video games that have shaped nerd culture in ways we can't ignore. If you enjoyed this, check out our video on the movies and series that influenced nerd culture just as much. Trust me, you won't want to miss that deep dive.